The dust of the long road clung to Mary's sandals, a fine, gritty testament to her journey. Her heart, however, felt lighter than any feather, a strange mix of nervous anticipation and profound joy. She was on her way to visit her cousin Elizabeth, a woman of advanced years and, if the whispers were true, a miraculous pregnancy. The hills of Judea, usually a familiar and comforting sight, seemed to shimmer with an unearthly glow under the afternoon sun. Every step brought her closer to the home of Zechariah and Elizabeth, a place that now held a secret whispered on the wind. Mary clutched the simple linen of her tunic, her fingers tracing the faint embroidery, a small comfort against the vastness of what she carried within her. As she approached the modest dwelling, a scent of baking bread and herbs wafted from an open window. A surge of warmth, both from the sun and her own burgeoning hope, coursed through her. She raised her hand, her knuckles rapping gently against the sturdy wooden door. The door creaked open, revealing Elizabeth. Her face, etched with the wisdom of years, was softened by a radiant glow that Mary hadn't seen before. Her once lean frame was now rounded, a clear sign of the life within her. Elizabeth's eyes, usually sharp and discerning, were wide with an astonishment that mirrored Mary's own. "Mary!" Elizabeth exclaimed, her voice a rich, resonant welcome. She stepped forward, her hands reaching out to embrace her younger cousin. The moment their bodies touched, a peculiar sensation rippled between them. Mary felt a tremor, a subtle, vibrant thrumming, and in the same instant, Elizabeth's expression shifted from surprise to an almost reverent understanding. "How is it," Elizabeth began, her voice catching, "that the mother of my Lord comes to me?" Mary's breath hitched. How could Elizabeth know? The angel's words, the unfolding miracle. It was all so fresh, so unbelievable, yet here was her cousin, confirming it with a certainty that stole her own words. "My soul magnifies the Lord," Mary began, the words pouring out, a melody of praise and wonder that had been building within her since the angel's annunciation. "And my spirit rejoices in God my Savior, for he has looked with favor on the lowliness of his servant." She spoke of God's mighty power, how it had scattered the proud and brought down the powerful from their thrones. She spoke of him lifting up the humble and the hungry, filling the rich with emptiness. It was not her own wisdom, but God's truth speaking through her, a song of liberation and justice that echoed the hopes of her people. Elizabeth listened, her hand cradling her swollen belly, her eyes never leaving Mary's face. A tear traced a path down her weathered cheek, a tear of pure, unadulterated joy. "For he has remembered his promise of mercy, the promise made to our ancestors, to Abraham and his children forever." The words flowed, a cascade of faith and prophecy, a testament to the divine plan unfolding before their very eyes. As Mary spoke of the blessing of her fruit, Elizabeth's own unborn child stirred within her. "Blessed are you among women," Elizabeth finally managed, her voice thick with emotion, "and blessed is the fruit of your womb." She explained the impossible, the miraculous. "As soon as the sound of your greeting came to my ears, the baby in my womb leaped for joy." Mary's own womb felt a gentle answered thrum, a silent communion between the two lives, two miracles, united by a divine purpose. The two cousins, one young and newly blessed, the other aged and finally fruitful, stood in the quiet of the home, their hearts overflowing with a gratitude so profound it transcended words. They spent days together, the time passing in a blur of shared meals, hushed conversations, and the quiet presence of their growing burdens. The world outside, with its laws and its expectations, seemed to shrink away, replaced by the sacred intimacy of their shared experience. Mary found solace in Elizabeth's understanding, a comfort that no one else in her village could possibly offer. Elizabeth, in turn, marveled at the purity of Mary's faith, the quiet strength that radiated from her. As the time for Mary's departure drew near, a wistful sadness settled upon them. But even in their parting, there was a deep sense of purpose. Mary, filled with renewed strength and the unwavering conviction of God's plan, returned to her home. Elizabeth remained, basking in the anticipation of her own coming joy, a faithful witness to the extraordinary events that were weaving together the tapestry of salvation. The visit, though brief, had been a sacred pilgrimage, a testament to the power of faith, the beauty of divine timing, and the unwavering love of God for his people.